Hi everyone, Sarah Louise here. So this evening I'm going to be doing a Facebook Live all about Instagram. Now there's a lot to cover on Instagram, so I'm not going to make it a very long live, but I just want to cover the basics and just go over some easy steps for those of you that haven't yet got an Instagram account. So I'm just going to wait for the live viewers to connect, because not everybody gets notified straight away that I'm going live. So just while I'm waiting for a few more people to get on, if you can let me know if you're watching live, put the word live and let me know where you're watching from. And then if you're watching the rerun, if you can put the word rerun and then let me know also where you're watching from. So I do apologise in advance if my doorbell rings. I will just need to run down for 2 minutes because I've got a takeaway delivery. So I've been trying to hold off doing this, but my delivery's running late. So I do apologise if you hear the doorbell and I have to just like run off and go get my pizza. But yes, I just wanted to just do a Facebook Live about Instagram for a change, really. So just while I'm waiting for a few of you to get on, if you can just tell me if you have an Instagram account already. Let me know by putting the word Instagram. And if you don't have an Instagram account already, if you put no Instagram. So I just want to know out of everyone that's watching who actually has an Instagram account and who doesn't have an Instagram account. Doesn't matter if it's personal or business. I just want to know who's got one and who hasn't from who's watching this video. So I'm going to more or less make a start. So to start with, I'm not here to claim I'm an Instagram expert, but I have bought quite an expensive course and learnt it. Therefore, what I have learnt from this course, I, as always, like to give value back out to help other people. So this evening is going to be like a bit of a taster live into Instagram. So if you already have an Instagram account already, then some of this you will already know. But I want to make it newbie friendly for people that maybe haven't got an account or don't really understand what Instagram's for. And therefore, I'm going to do it literally from scratch, from like beginner's level. There seems to be lots of love hearts. I'm trying to look at my face while I'm talking. I can see all these hearts everywhere. It's great. I'm loving the love, whoever's doing all of those. So Instagram is very different to Facebook. Even though they're owned by the same people now, they do work in very different ways. So if you've got an Instagram account for personal use, for your friends and family to see your account, and for you to have it private to the world and only therefore people that are following you can see it, that type of account is fine, but it's very different if you want to have a business account on Instagram. So thinking about an Instagram account for business and comparing it to Facebook for business, with Facebook, you can be much more, you can put whatever you sort of like want to merge it into your business. Where on Instagram, you have to be very specific in your niche. So people will follow you on Instagram because you're consistent with your content. So therefore, when you set up your account, the really important things that you have to do right from day one. The name that you have on your Instagram account is very important, because your business name on there needs to be clear, like regarding what you do. So you wouldn't be called like Lisa's Cupcakes if you'd got a health page. So it needs to be clear from the title what it is that you're part of. Use the words like luxury, for example, if it's in a luxury brand. A lot of people use like motivation and things like that in their name. But it needs to be clear from the name exactly what it is that your page is about. And the reason why we say this is important is because on the feature at the top of Instagram, where your username is, people can click an option next to that where it brings other pages up that are similar to yours, and it will bring up names that are similar to yours. Therefore, when people are searching on other people's accounts, you're going to be linked with theirs, they're going to be linked with yours. Where if you call yourself something completely random, then you're actually going to be causing visibility issues. So that's why number one is pick a really good name and then stick with that name. Don't change it. you need to make sure that it's a business account and that it's set to public. So just like your Facebook profile set to public, it means that the whole world can see your content rather than having to wait to follow you. Anybody can go onto your page and see everything that you're posting. And then the next thing is when you do your Instagram posts, you need to be making sure that the quality of those pictures are as quality as you can have them. So I made lots of mistakes when I first started out on Instagram. I was informed by a previous MLM company to do lots and lots of things wrong. And while I'm not here to slate them, I'm here to make sure that you don't make the same mistakes I did. Because Instagram has a scoring system, and if you do things that they don't like, they will penalise you and they start degrading these scores. And the lower your score is, the lower your visibility. And if you get a low score, it can take a long time to get back up there. So that's why I've done this video mainly tonight, to make sure that you don't make these same mistakes. So to start with, you need to be using quality pictures. So if you take images from Google, for example, they've already been reduced resolution for the internet. So therefore, if you upload those onto Instagram, they're going to be pixelated and are going to be quite blurred. They want to have really clear content. So when you upload your pictures, they either need to be your own photographs or they need to be royalty-free photographs that therefore are already at that high resolution, that therefore will look professional on your account. You can also use other people's pictures as long as you give credibility back to where you got it from. So that's a great way where if a picture's gone viral on Instagram, for example, and has got thousands, if not millions of likes, you can also use that picture, but you need to give credit as to which profile you've taken it from. Now, when you think about the content that you're posting on Instagram, you can do, for example, like pictures of yourself, and then another picture could be like motivation and inspiration. It's fine to mix the two, but that's where I wouldn't go any more random than that, because people will follow you for your consistency. So if you're in beauty, they're going to want your whole page to be all about beauty and nothing else. You know, if you're into health and wellness, it needs to be all health and wellness and nothing else. If you're into luxury travel, people are going to follow you for all luxury travel. You know, they're going to want to see lots of pretty pictures of travel. You know, they could be included in you actually traveling yourself. And you could also include images that you've sourced online or from other accounts of amazing tropical destinations. But it needs to flow and be consistent, because if you start out one week with content that's consistent and then the next week you start mixing it up and doing something else, your following will just drop off, because they're following you for a reason. So whatever it is that you do, stick with it. And if you want to have various different Instagram accounts, that's okay. You can have multiple accounts, and I would advise to have multiple accounts if you want to test the water with, say, like, you know, travel. You might want to do another one that's all to do with maybe food posts. If you go out a lot and you eat out or you make nice food, you can have a food Instagram account, but you want to keep them separate. I wouldn't have those two together, because I don't believe people interested in travel would necessarily want to see pictures of your food. So those two I would definitely keep separate. And then regarding the posting, you can be posting once a day, you can be posting sort of like 3 times a day, but I wouldn't go crazy and start posting, because your posts will appear in people's news feed, and if they're seeing too many of your posts, they're going to get sick of you and they're going to unfollow you. You want to be attracting people to want to follow your page and stay as a follower by being if you start spamming too much, then they're going to find it too much, because you're going to be in the news feed and nobody else is going to be in there. Therefore, they're going to unfollow you. So once a day, I think as a newbie is great, but then do it 7 days a week. So even on the weekends, you've got 1 post up a day. Now, the main thing on Instagram to get into people's feed is they show content that is popular based on likes and engagement. So if you don't have much of a following to start with, then it can take a long time for you to build up, for you to get into what we call the top 9 photos on the top of a hashtag search. That's where you want to be. That is then what gets you mass exposure. So Instagram has 3 pictures, 3 pictures, 3 pictures, which makes a 9 grid at the top. When you're posting your pictures on Instagram, you need to be using hashtags. Now, Instagram are very strict about this. You cannot use hashtags that are not relevant to your picture, because again, they will penalize you. So you can't start like tagging in brands if the brand isn't in the picture. If I had a photograph of me today with like a Louis Vuitton handbag, for example, I could hashtag Louis Vuitton in there. And then it would mean that obviously anybody that's like a Louis Vuitton fan or likes that brand or follows that page, that hashtag would appear. But I couldn't use that hashtag if there was nothing in that picture that was anything related to Louis Vuitton. They would know, and Instagram are very, very strict on that. So make sure that when you're using your hashtags, that they are relevant. Now, when you use your hashtags, they have a maximum of 28 per post. But if you start to use as many as 28, again, Instagram will flag it up and they'll start to think that maybe, you know, that you're almost like being a bit of a spammer again. So I would say go around 15 as the sort of like maximum per post. Now, hashtags vary from very, very popular ones that have like millions and millions of people using them, right down to some that don't have many at all. I would split the 15 between 5 that's like fairly small, as in not that popular, 5 that are fairly popular, and then another 5 which are very, very popular. So you can search, if you don't know much experience about hashtags, this is not complicated at all. So what you can do is you can search on Instagram with hashtags before you've even posted anything at all. And what you do is in the search box at the top, just pick something that is relevant to you and your niche and your business and just put a hashtag in the top. And what it does is it then shows you, I think, 6 other hashtags that are then relevant to what you've put in. So for example, if I put hashtag blonde, it would pick 5 or 6 other words that are related to other people's hashtags that have been related to that. So again, with your business, if it's like make money online, entrepreneur, you know, any of those kind of like keywords, it's going to bring up other words. And what you need to do then is you need to be writing those down and seeing which ones have got millions of people using that, which have just got hundreds of thousands, which have got maybe just a few thousand. And you need to start putting them into 3 categories of, you know, not so popular, very popular, and extremely popular. And then when you go to do your posts on Instagram, you need to be picking, you know, 5, 5, and 5. And the reason why you do this is because people search on Instagram under hashtags. So they're not just looking for pictures, you're not just relying on the news feed. People are specifically searching for a hashtag. So you want to be appearing in as many relevant hashtags as you possibly can, but also think outside the box a bit. You know, you also want to be connecting with other people that have similar interests to you. So what can you take from that picture that's going to group people together? So for example, I could have a picture of me in a tropical destination. I would be hashtagging anything that's relevant to that picture, but then you could also be hashtagging, you know, the fact that I'm an entrepreneur. I could be hashtagging the fact that I've got blonde hair, because there's popular searches that might not be anything to do with your business, but are very, very popular on Instagram, which is going to give you the exposure for free. But again, this all takes time to build up, and it's not difficult. But if you post pictures on Instagram and you don't put hashtags, then your images are just never going to be seen. They need to have the hashtags attached to them for you to get the exposure. So you can test the water with different hashtags, see which ones are popular. And then you need to be following other pages that are relevant to what you're doing. So if your best friend Lucy is supporting you and following your page, don't feel as though you've got to follow Lucy because she's just your friend. In a business account, it doesn't work like that. You need to be following other people that are relevant to what you're doing. So if you've got a luxury page, you need to be following other people with luxury pages. You need to look at what hashtags they're using. You need to be commenting on their posts, because the more you're seen, the better. So this isn't time consuming. This can be done in less than an hour a day. But the more you're linked to the niche that you're in, the better. So hashtags, again, that Instagram do not like is things like hashtag like for like, hashtag follow for follow, F for F, anything like that. Do not use them because Instagram will see you as a spammer. So only use hashtags that are relevant to the niche that you're in, the market that you're wanting to attract, and the actual picture itself. Now, really, if you get 1,000 likes plus on a post when you post it, the chances of you getting in the top 9 is very, very high in the hashtags. Not as in the ones that have maybe got millions, because then you're competing against millions of people. But you have got the chance of getting in the top 9 to get the exposure in some that have even got hundreds of thousands or thousands. So this is why it's important that you start playing around with the different hashtags when you're actually doing your posts. But then you want to be actually clicking on those hashtags and seeing what's coming up, who's in there, and then you want to be writing down what hashtags they're using, and again then test and measure with those. So seek inspiration from other people that are successful, that are in the top 9, that are in your niche, that are in the same marketplace that you are, and then take inspiration from what they're using and then try it yourself. So I'm not saying go and copy somebody word for word, because that's just not cool to do that, but get inspiration and maybe use 1 or 2 of the same hashtags that they're using, but then bring in the ones that are your own. But a lot of people have been onto my Instagram account and they've seen that I think it's about the last 20 posts have had well over 1,000 likes. And then before that, I used to average out at anything from sort of 60 likes to maybe just over 100 likes. And I used to be really happy with that because it was a new account. But I didn't realise that there was software out there that can boost you and your business to enable a complete beginner on Instagram to get into those 9 at the top. So I'm not here to try and pitch and sell, but I'm here to share with you what's working for me. And as always, if something's working, then I always like to try and share it to help other people. So I don't want to make this live really, really long, but what I'm offering to do is for anybody that's actually wanting to grow an Instagram account and aren't really sure what to do, you're not really sure about what hashtags, you're not really sure about your name, you're not really sure what to post, I'm offering to have everybody in a private Facebook group, and I'm offering to help people for free in this group. I'm going to do lives every sort of 2 to 3 days in this group to help people. And based on what your feedback is of what you need help with, will then help me on the next video of what you want me to cover. But I can guarantee that you will get 1,000 likes per post by spending $67 a month. It means that every time you post, which is 1 post a day for 30 days, I can guarantee that you will get 1,000 likes per post, which means then if I train you to use the right hashtags for your industry and niche, the chances of you getting into the top 9 will be huge. So the benefit of being in the top 9, not only have you got the 1,000 likes you're technically paying for, but then it means that you're getting the exposure to get organic likes. Now, organic likes means somebody that's liked it that you haven't necessarily paid for the exposure. Somebody's seen it because you've been boosted. So it's like somebody being on the first page of Google, for example, is super powerful. If I could say I'm going to put you on the first page of Google today, more people would find you organically because you're already there. So this software does exactly the same. It boosts you. Literally within minutes of you posting, you've already got 1,000 likes, which means then that you're exposed to more people. And then by you having those 15 hashtags that are relevant to you and your niche, it means then that you've got 15 opportunities to appear in those top 9, which I think is amazing. And if you go onto my Instagram account, you'll clearly see that I used to be getting like between 60 and just over 100 likes per post. Now I'm getting well over 1,000. I'm getting new followers every day now because I've been boosted. They're organic. They are new people wanting to follow my page because of the hashtags, because of the content, and because people are seeing me now, so you're getting the exposure. So I just wanted to find out from this video who would like to be in my private Instagram group, which is completely free of charge. Everything I teach in there is from me doing it for free. I'm not going to get anything from you for that. But to be in that group, you're going to be paying the $67 a month, not to me, to the company, for them to get you these 1,000 likes per post. And then the reason why I'm doing this is because to me that shows you're committed to growing your Instagram account. And if you're committed to growing your Instagram account, I want to help you maximize that by growing it. And then by me helping you, you're helping me educate more myself on Instagram. It's helping me grow my skills in teaching something other than Facebook. So it's a way of me giving back to help me. Can you just wait 2 minutes? I'm just going to go get my pizza. Sorry, it'll be 2 minutes. I'm back. I hope you're all still here. I'm out of breath. I've just run all the way down. I live on the 3rd floor, but I have to show you this because I have to show you this. How good does that look? Yum, yum, yum. So yeah, I'm out of breath now. So yeah, 13-inch chicken pizza. So yeah, so I was just finishing off just to say, for those of you that are interested in coming into the private Facebook group, if you put the word Facebook group in the comment box below, I will then follow up with all of you. So I'm not here to try and pitch and sell. I'm just here to help the people that want to be helped. So for me, I want to grow my Instagram page as well as my Facebook page, and I'm sure there's plenty of you that want to do the same. So I'm going to cover things like what you need to include in your bio. I'm going to include like the kind of content that you should be posting. I'm also going to help you regarding, in the description box underneath the picture, the kind of like storytelling that you should be doing, or the kind of comments that you should be making. When people pass comments on your pictures, I'll be able to help you regarding what you should be commenting back, how you should be directly messaging people. So there's lots and lots of things that I'm going to help you with. And I paid nearly $700 for the Instagram course that I bought. So for you to get what I've learnt for free in this group, it will be tremendous value. So I hope that people kind of see that where I'm coming from here is from a genuine place. So I'm going to pretty much leave it there. I didn't want to do too long a live and be information overload, But I just wanted to let people see the value in, by being boosted in Instagram, what a massive, massive difference it can make. I personally just use Instagram to drive people back to Facebook, because for me, Facebook is my bread and butter. That's where I spend all of my time and energy. So I use Instagram to generate leads back to Facebook. So you can use it in all different ways. You know, you can use it just to boost your brand, to get you more exposure. You know, you can even be using it to actually make sales. There's lots and lots of things, but I don't want to go into too much here and give it all away. I'd much rather do a video for the people that are genuinely interested, to want to, you know, grow their account, and therefore it gives me more of an opportunity to work with a select few of you in a private group. So therefore, when you've got questions, I can obviously then help you. So I'm going to go now and eat my, sorry, I'm so out of breath from running up and down the stairs. So I'm going to go and eat my pizza now, and then I'm going to come back and read all of the comments. And then it'll be tomorrow where I open up the private Facebook group. And then everybody that's actually wanting to be, you know, part of that, I will send you a request. So obviously if you see that request, it's obviously come from me. And then I'll add you all into there. And then from there, I'll give you instructions regarding what to do with your Instagram account. And I look forward to working with you. So thanks everyone for watching. I do appreciate it. And I will speak with you soon. Bye.